Hello everybody, welcome back to the Young Fan Podcast and welcome to another match reaction for Oxford United as they played against Ipswich Town in Sky Bet League One. This is why we love football. Oxford United, I think we committed a robbery at the Kassam Stadium this afternoon. We'll go through the game, we'll digest the game. I want to hear from your thoughts in the comments down below as well. I'll be replying, responding to all them as well. You can tell by the way the game ended, the voice, it is going. It's a little bit croaky. But let me know in the comments down below. What did you think of the game? Ipswich fans, Oxford fans, I want to hear from both sets of fans. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be breaking the game down. Subscribe as well. Please do hit that subscribe button. We're so close. I think we're about 11 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. Whether you're an Oxford fan, Ipswich fan, maybe just watch this as a neutral. Hit that subscribe button. It's the first time watching. If it is, of course, and hit that like button as well. It really does show the support of the podcast and helps the growth of the podcast as well. But like I said, Oxford United, we committed some sort of robbery this afternoon, scoring with the fifth minute of injury time, a corner. The goalkeeper's come up. Luke McNally scores a header to make it 1-1. But it wasn't deserved. We're not going to sit here, and I'm not going to sit here as an Oxford United fan and say we deserve to come away with that point. That would be very unfair of me. And what I would say as well is somehow we've come away with a point against a side that definitely maybe they're not knocking on the door for the top six as much now, because I think a win for them would have been absolutely massive for them today. I think it almost was a must win for them today. We've come away probably with our worst performance of the season with a point. I would say that's up there with the loss at the start of the season against Cheltenham. It was that sort of level of performance. We couldn't get going. The rhythm across the 90 minutes was really poor. And I'm looking at this attacking momentum graph in front of me. I don't know if I'll put it on the screen, but I can sort of pretty easily run it through because nothing really happened in that. The first half, you probably would say Oxford United slightly edged it in the first half. We had a few chances. Gavin White had two half chances. You probably would say he probably should do better with them. I probably would say that they are chances and they definitely are opportunities for Oxford to take the lead. You expect maybe to do better with at least one of those. And they are two big chances in the game. We started the game probably on the front foot. But then Ipswich had their moments and the game was a little bit flat. It was a bit of a strange first half. A fairly good first half for both sides, but it sort of lacked quality in the final third. We weren't getting outrun in the first half, whereas in the second half, they absolutely dominated us pretty much from the moment they went onto the pitch for the second 45. They looked really in control. They wanted to be really quite in control in terms of the momentum of the game, in terms of creating chances. In terms of just really putting pressure for Oxford in that whole of the second half. And we looked a little bit, I think Karl Robinson said the word panic, and it almost was a little bit of panic. It was a little bit of confusion, and Karl definitely admitted it himself when he said, I think tactically and technically Oxford United lacked quality in the game. I think that's the best way of putting it. I thought lots of aspects of Oxford United's performance, especially that second half, come down to the bracket of a little bit of confusion, a little bit of sloppiness, and a little bit of just lacking of quality. And it's a little bit unlike Oxford. I'd say it's quite unlike Oxford, especially this season, that we do lack quality and we do show panic. Because there are moments this season, like we'll bring it to Portsmouth, we'll look at Sheffield Wednesday, when there's moments in games we've gone on and won those games and we scored late goals. I honestly felt like today we were not going to score a goal. And and it's very rare, especially this season, aside that I think the top scorers in the country, I'm pretty sure that is still the stat we hold this season, or across 2021 for sure. We did, I think. I'm pretty sure. To be a fan of a club like that with that sort of stat and still not think you're going to score, there's a concern there, and you must not be creating chances to the extent we have done through the season. I think that's fair. I'll have a look at the stats as well in the game. Apparently we dominated possession. It felt like Ipswich had more of the ball, but that's the way that games sort of go out. I mean, it was tight either way, saying 51-49%, but it did feel like, especially in that second half, Ipswich were very much quite dominant in the game, in control, wanted to be in control of the game, and made sure as well that Oxford were not going to allow that sort of ability to get hold of the football, try and play our game. And you look at Ipswich as well and how they set up, and they definitely deserve to come away with the game with 3 points, 100%. I thought Ipswich are going to be gutted, and if I'm Ipswich as well and I don't want to be putting feelings and thoughts into the minds of Ipswich fans, I'm not an Ipswich fan. I'll let them sort of do the talking or the feeling of how they walk away from this game. But I'd be really quite upset. I'd be so frustrated, upset at all the emotions really in a negative way, because they were much better than Oxford across the 90 minutes, and I wish I sort of stressed that earlier. So hopefully Ipswich fans are still watching now, because I think that's really important. Ipswich were better than Oxford. They were much better than Oxford across the 90 minutes. Moments in the game where Oxford were slightly better, but if we're looking at the whole game, who was better today? Ipswich Town were better. And there were moments and there were aspects of this Oxford United performance that were unacceptable, that weren't good enough. But we rode our luck, and, sometimes in seasons and in moments, and I come back and I've said it so many times since the start of the season, football is about moments, and I said right at the start, this is why we love football. But football is in moments, and there's a big moment of luck that Oxford got in the 5th minute of injury time this afternoon. We got out there, and a beautiful corner in from Herbie Kane. The wind played a bit of a positive sort of spin on this chance, but a lot of the game it was causing problems for Oxford and for both sides. This time, a really, really good corner into the penalty area. Luke McNally, it was absolutely begging for someone to get on the end of it. Luke McNally, someone who's got better and better since the start of the season, especially since January. He's been given an opportunity from Karl Robinson. You've got to give him the credit for giving the responsibility to Luke McNally to be able to play this amount of games at 22 years of age. He's getting better and better, and he scores probably what is going to be a huge, huge goal. And I say probably, it is going to be a huge, huge goal in this game. And, like I said, the performance was not good enough. The performance was unacceptable, especially when we look at the standards that Oxford have put in. And it's almost Oxford's fault, really, because, the performance across the season has been really, really good. Today was below par. By a long, long way. But Ipswich deserve credit. They were much better than Oxford, and they're going to be, I can imagine, really frustrated they can't come away with 3 points, because they certainly deserve to. But again, moments, luck. We rode it. We scored it. Luke McNally scores a brilliant, brilliant header. And the celebrations, you can tell by my voice, it was big. And it's going to be significant. I can tell you it's going to be significant. Now, we've got a 2-week break as well. So I listened to the Herbie Kane and the McNally interview as well. It sounds as though that Morecambe game, I don't think it's been officially called off. It has been called off now. I think that was a pretty evident thing to take away from the interviews. There is going to be a 2-week break. Now, there is that sort of gap between the schedule between now and I believe next game being Plymouth away. Massive. I'm going to that one. Match day experience for that as well. Away to Plymouth, who are 4th in the league. That is going to be an absolutely gigantic game. Cannot wait for that. But it does gives Oxford United that time to definitely regroup, to re-energise, other than the players on international duty, but the ones that are here, they'll continue to train. They'll continue to have that time with the squad, with the club, on the training ground, but also not playing games. I think that's the most important thing. Having a week off, re-energise, because we did look... To be honest, if we looked tired at points in the game. I think that's the best way of saying it. I was trying to think of the best way, but we looked tired at points in the game, and it was strange, really, because it has been a week since we last played against Shrewsbury. But we did look tired, we did look lacklustre. But at the moment, we needed just to get something from the game, and like I said, it was a robbery. It was a huge, huge piece of luck. We did not deserve it one bit at all, but we did. We did score. We didn't deserve it. We did score, and again, that's going to be huge. And we'll look back come the end of the season, I think, and we'll go, wow, that although we definitely didn't deserve it, that's significant. That's huge. That's going to mean a lot when we look at the league table after 46 games have been played. And I'll go back to Ipswich. I think they definitely deserve a lot of credit, more than some deserve a lot of credit. I thought they were really, really good today. I thought defensively they were good as well. Because I come back to what I said about Oxford. Very, very rare, and I want to sound this in the most non-arrogant Oxford United way, but it's very, very rare I don't think Oxford can score. We concede goals. We just do concede goals. We play a system. We play a culture. Robinson has his philosophy where we just generally do concede goals because we're very, very on the front foot. We like to attack, but there's very, very rare moments for as an Oxford United fan myself where I don't think we can score today. I don't think we're going to get back into this game. I just can't see the ball hitting the back of the net for the opposition there anyway. And it's very, very rare to feel like that, but I did. Because the defence as well was so good, and the unit they had, and the Ipswich's unit across the whole formation, they played exactly the same formation as Oxford, other than just one up front and 2 players just behind Joe Pigott. But you could see as well their game plan. They had Joe Pigott up there. He struggled today, I think Joe Pigott didn't have the best of games. But you can see he's got a really, really good physical presence. I thought in the second half, the whole team had a physical presence across the game. They out-battled us. They out-physicalised. Is that the best way of putting it? Oxford United in the second half. Very, 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 very dominant in the way that they were trying to put pressure on Oxford in a physical sense. And we did look like we'd been overrun. But ultimately, when we finish the game, when we come away with it, and when we reflect on the performance, this is huge. This is really, really big. And like I said, we got Plymouth in the next game in about in exactly 2 weeks' time, and again, that's going to be massive. But today we got away with it, and I think that's the most important thing. We just did get away with it, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. It wasn't the Oxford United we've seen across most of the season. It's not really a Karl Robinson Oxford United performance today, but it's one I think last season. If we had put in that performance, we probably would have lost. I think under previous managers in the previous years, we put that performance in, we probably would have lost. And that is the difference between Oxford United this season and Oxford United in the previous seasons. This is what we're capable of. This is what we're capable of. We'll put in performances, we'll get results, even if the performance and the results don't match up. And you know what they say, it's a cliche saying, sometimes the best teams have to win, or do win, when they don't play their best. And we had to do that today. We had to dig deep, we had to dig in, we had to cause problems in different ways. And we did that in aspects, but we got away with it, and that's how I come away with it. We got away with one today, and I'm delighted about it. I'm absolutely delighted about it. Ipswich fans, of course, let me know what you think in the comments down below. In terms of your standout player, I think they've given the man of the match to Wes Burns. I thought he was really, really good. I thought Ryan Williams, our fullback or left midfielder today, I thought he really struggled. I think that should be huge credit to Wes Burns. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was such a difficult player to stop and actually to defend against. Ultimately, that's just sort of the facts behind it. I thought Wes Burns was really, really good on that right hand side for them. I thought caused a lot of problems for Ryan Williams. Very, very quick. I thought the outball to Wes Burns was really good for a lot of the game. I thought that the distribution through the midfield and the attacking players of Ipswich to just let Wes Burns go at points, that was really quite good. Like I said, his one-on-one against Williams, I thought was really quite special as well. I think Wes Burns does deserve probably man of the match for Ipswich. Of course, Celina scored the goal for Ipswich, scored their opening goal as well. I thought when that went in at 70th minute, I thought, wow, I think this really does. And they deserved it. It came at a point as well where Oxford definitely did deserve to concede, because we weren't good enough. We were on the back foot. We just looked a little bit confused, if anything, of how to stop it, how to get the ball on the deck, how to play, how we can play and how we have played, and how we almost insist that we play as an Oxford United fan base and as Oxford United now football club under Karl Robinson. We just couldn't do it, and we looked a little bit out of ideas at points in the game. A lot of players definitely looked a little bit panicked at points in the game as well, but ultimately I'm proud of Oxford today. Not proud in terms of performance, but proud in terms of the result and the resilience and the battle, the determination that we had to show. And we come away with a really quite lucky, and I emphasise the word lucky, point in the game, but a huge point. We are now 5th in the league table, of course, results, and we'll have our roundup tomorrow as well, as per usual. Of course, Plymouth won today as well, which didn't help Oxford. However, Portsmouth and Wickham, they both played against each other, drew 0-0. Rotherham was shocked by Shrewsbury, conceding 3 goals, losing 3-0 at home. What's happened there? Wigan, of course, they look like they're going to put in a real challenge for the title as well. Really knock on the door of Rotherham, who, of course, like I already said, dropped points massively this afternoon. But ultimately for Oxford, a really big point, a significant point in really interesting circumstances across the 90 minutes. And I'll stress this one more time. The performance was certainly not up to scratch, but the result, well, we'll certainly take that. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jack. This has been the Unfan Podcast. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you all very, very soon. Subscribe if you're new, so close to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, hit that red button, hit that notification bell as well. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live or do an episode just like this one. Until next time, take care, stay safe. I'll see you all very, very soon. See you in a bit.